You made a choice to become a dentist.
People actually are so unaware here and they always go to the dentist last minute.
किसी को कैसे पता चले कि this is the toothpaste that I should use?
So one must
Oh.
use a toothpaste which has fluoride.
We always say मीठा मत खाओ, cavities हो जाएंगे.
That's why I'm promoting preventive dentistry in India.
How do these celebrities get that perfect smile?
Their perfect smiles most of the time are based on many treatments.
Do you think that there is a lot of difference in culture of maintaining the dental health?
Dentistry is related to a lot of systemic health diseases. The bacteria from the mouth can go to any organ.
My cavity will stop if I don't eat sugar.
Definitely a myth.
Implant will make my bone weaker.
No, quite the opposite in fact.
What does because she can means to you?
I feel it means a lot. It means power. It means giving that power to somebody else also.
So is smile designing only for the rich and the famous? Welcome friends to our another very interesting episode of Because She Can. Today, it is a treasure of a lot of tips that you're going to have. Today we have Dr. Tania Nijhawan, who's a cosmetic dentist. She loves to give beautiful smiles to people. She also runs a wellness center in New Delhi called Udara Wellness Center. She is also the director of Nijhawan Group of Industries and being healthy and advocating health promoting brand Nuts for Us. She's the founder for that. So let's dive directly into our podcast and welcome Dr. Tania. You completed your BDS in aesthetic and cosmetic dentistry. You guys make a lot of money, huh? What's your take on that? Is that really true?
Did you say are they very expensive?
Yes.
Oh my God.
There's this tag of dentists are very expensive.
Actually, I should have all the dentist friends that I have here.
Speak for the community.
Yes, because we definitely think that we do not charge as much. You know, when you compare, say, a dental visit, a basic dental visit, to even a salon visit, I feel we're much cheaper. So I don't understand how that myth has really come
Depends
along.
on the service, I think.
Yes. So some services, because they're so specialized,
right,
and the materials are so expensive, so that could be a reason why people think. But of course, dentistry is can also be customized for certain things, like where cosmetic dentistry, I think that's where you were aiming,
of
right?
Of course.
So it can be customized according to the person. So one doesn't have to always take the most expensive treatment.
But there was a time when dentistry was like a subspecialty, and now it has become a super one. Like in ortho also we see that. So do you see there is a change in perception within the medical community?
Since I was in the 9th grade, dentist for me was larger than life.
Oh, really?
So I guess I never really saw that, as a difference. But, there's been more awareness, definitely. The youth is more aware. So when I have those patients walking in who have a swelling on their faces or in severe pain, I also have the younger generation walking in just for a checkup every 6 months.
That's awareness.
Yes. So there is a lot of awareness coming up now in the youth. Because a lot of diseases, systemic diseases, are related with dentistry, like or oral health.
Right.
So it could be like a liver disease. You could actually kind of sometimes even have the first diagnosis looking into the mouth. Bad breath would also be caused due to any systemic disease, kidneys, liver. So, you can actually diagnose at least the first step for that as well. So I feel people are getting more aware now about this.
So as you said, you made a choice to become a dentist. But do you think that students in medicine or in the medical, they are choosing to become dentists or they are choosing this line?
Depends. So we have, like in my college, we had a lot of people who were there by choice.
Right.
And yes, some who didn't get into the medical school came to a dental school.
Right.
But it's, I think, a mix now, 50-50.
50-50.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good percentage. Your career path has been very progressive and promising. It's not only the dentistry that you have done. So you have moved from hospitality to this dentistry and now even to personal care. And in the middle of it, there was this Nuts for Us. which is
Yes, nuts
completely
for
a
us.
healthy thing that you started with. Can you tell me that entire career graph about you?
So it's always been dentistry. When I took, so I had two sabbaticals after marriage, and
All
it
right.
was during after birth of my first child, and that's when I got into the family business. And it was something because I'd never really been at home, and I didn't have, I was doing a job earlier, and it's not very flexible, right? So I wanted to go to a place where I would have a little flexible
Timing.
Yeah, so I could get back to my child because I was still feeding him. So when he was 2 months old, I joined my husband's office and our family business, and
That's the
when
hospitality one.
no, they're into travel,
Travel.
and
Oh, yeah.
investments. So yes, so
The
I
leading
started.
travel conglomerates, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I started looking into that, and I think that's where my entrepreneurial journey started.
All right.
I actually enjoyed being there. I was given a few responsibilities and not easy tasks, accounts, and I never thought I would be able to do it.
A doctor in accounts.
Yes. And I was pretty good, I felt,
Oh,
so
nice.
I would sit with the head accountant and even my father-in-law sometimes and learn. I learned how to make budgets. I learned how to, make my P&Ls for the year, for the month. And I saw how organized they were, basically.
Wow.
So I think I
Alright.
picked all of that up in the year that I was going to office. But then again, got back to my dentistry. And but I always felt something's missing, And when I was pregnant with my daughter, I wasn't allowed to practice.
Ah, yeah.
So I again went back to office, and my husband was starting this hospitality venture.
Okay, then it comes.
Yes, and it was just the beginning. We were hiring people, we were hiring the chefs, and I'm a big foodie.
Good to know.
So yeah, and I love my food and I know my food. So he said that, I think you should start going for all the trials. Help me in hiring the chefs. You're very good at that. Neha, it was just 2-3 months when I actually built that team. And I always laugh about the fact that I don't know when they hired me.
Wow.
Like I didn't even realize in that transition because I was so into it that it became my second baby at that point.
Wow.
So it's called Fork and Spoon, and we started it with a lot of passion and a lot of, and actually no knowledge about catering.
Wow. And became very successful, rather.
Yes, touch wood. So we worked really hard, and I took a 2-year break at that point to just grow it and see, what happens. And dentistry at that time was just smile designing in other clinics thrice a week in the evening. And so it was like I was trying to juggle both, and COVID struck.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But then you took a different path of bringing those hand-picked, hand-sorted nuts, seeds from across the globe through a brand called Nuts for Us. How did this happen?
So this was something that my sister really wanted to start with me. And we had spoken about it 2 years prior, but never really happened because I never had the time for it. Also, I was anyways juggling between two professions and kids. So when there was nothing happening, she was like, why don't we do it now? So my parental side of the business is dry fruits and nuts, and they source from around the world. So for us, sourcing was very easy, even sitting at home. I did go out twice in that scare to just start the packaging process, but that's about it. Believe me, everything just happened within those 6 to 8 months from that one little office in my house.
I know what a perfectionist you are, so I cannot believe that it just happened.
I hired my staff. Everything was virtual. So we had not met the staff till I think a few months down.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
and you have a philosophy of source to skin, right?
Yes.
What does that exactly mean? Or is it that hoo-ha about bringing the virgin oils cold pressed directly, organically from those seeds and nuts directly to the customer? Do you think that this is coming up, or there is an upsurge in this demand in the market?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now all of us are more aware, right? We do not want to give ourselves or the kids food or anything with pesticides.
Correct.
Right? So source to skin is basically literally that we've got it from the source and you put it on your skin without any chemicals, no preservatives. There is no mixing in this. It's pure, 100% pure and cold pressed. So what cold pressing does is it maintains the natural minerals and all the essentials in the product. So if it's a coconut oil, we're not heating it too much. So it's not losing the minerals in it. So that's why
Tania, when you are saying it, it's sounding so authentic, like you're a doctor and a person I know. I'm like, yeah, I can believe her. Coming back to the dentistry. Earlier, it used to be like wisdom tooth pain or root canal. These used to be few things that people used to come for or visit or sit on the dental chair rather. Now, cosmetic dentistry has become one of the primary things that they look up to when they need some makeovers in their looks. Do you think that there is a change in that?
Definitely. People are so conscious now, right? They want to they want to be the best version of themselves.
Right.
So they want to have a perfect smile. And, why not? So I was sitting with a friend and the other day and she goes like, when I go out, I actually end up seeing like these beautiful faces sometimes with great makeup and hair. And when they smile, it just ruins it for me.
True.
And I was like, listen, you're talking to a dentist who's into smile designing. So just imagine what I go through, And so that is picked up because somebody who wants to look beautiful, wants to look nice, would want to also transform their smile and, be the best version of themselves.
Very interesting. So is smile designing only for the rich and the famous? Do you think so?
No, not at all. It can definitely be, like I said, customized as per one's needs and as per your budget.
Right. So it can be.
Yes, it can.
Oh, wow. So
and a permanent solution is not very expensive. I feel there's no cost for confidence.
Right.
So
no price can be attached to that.
Yeah, you can't. But of course, there are many ways that one could look at budgeting it also.
Interesting. So there are a lot of myths around a dentist and dental care. Do you want to break few of them for our audience?
Why not? Why not?
Let's do that. The first myth. My cavity will stop if I don't eat sugar.
Definitely a myth. It might slow down the process, but it cannot stop because once it's decayed, the decay will just go further.
All right. Implant will make my bone weaker.
No, quite the opposite, in fact. Implants promote bone production in the body.
Oh, rather?
Yes.
Oh.
Because they get attached to the bones by this process called osseointegration.
Okay.
So while it's getting attached to the bone, there's bone growth there.
Right. Interesting. Bad breath is due to the garlic eating or the non-veg diet.
Definitely a myth. Bad breath could be because of gingivitis. Do you know in India, 60% of people suffer with gingivitis or periodontitis, which 60%? Is gum disease. Yes. Oh. So that, because there's bacteria in the mouth.
Oh my God.
So that causes halitosis, which is bad breath.
And for that, you recommend them to visit a dentist? Or?
Yes, every 6 monthly, it's very important to get a basic dental cleaning done.
All right. Okay.
And just, of course, there are other ways to prevent periodontitis, but the 6 monthly visit is number one.
Absolutely. Nice. Clove will help keep my tooth pain away.
Oh God, the Indian way. So basically, cloves have this eugenol oil in it, right? Which is an anesthetic and also an analgesic. Means it can temporarily, not permanently, just make the pain go away for a temporary period of time. So people do use it, but it's not a solution. It is definitely not a permanent.
It's a very temporary thing.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Oil pulling is bad.
A myth. Oil pulling is very, very good.
Somebody coming from the oil thing, from the nuts too.
And coconut oil especially. Yes. It's very good because it takes away the bacteria which is attached to the tooth, where sometimes even the brush doesn't. And also it basically, you do oil pulling to take away all the bad bacteria out of the mouth.
Can you tell to our audience about the process of oil pulling, please?
So oil pulling is something very basic. Take cold pressed oil and just swirl it in your mouth for a few seconds and just throw it out. Do it twice in the morning before brushing, before eating anything, and it really helps.
And that's ideally, you're saying coconut oil is one of the best
Ideally
oils to do.
coconut oil. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Brushing hard is good. It cleans well.
No. This is the biggest myth. Please do not brush hard. Brushing hard actually takes away the enamel, which is the top surface of your tooth. And we see a lot of people who will come and like the tooth, which is just, the cervical would be where the gum is, that is completely eroded.
Ouch.
Because they're brushing so hard, thinking that they're doing the right thing. But it's the worst thing to do for teeth.
Oops. And a lot of people even suggest for the electronic brushes. Is that right to use? Or there's an age?
If one knows how to use it, they're very, very good.
Okay.
But I feel a lot of people who've switched have been complaining about bad oral hygiene after that.
All right.
So if one knows how to use it, they're very good. But otherwise, a soft bristle toothbrush, a basic Colgate or a basic Pepsodent is good enough.
All right. So we have a lot of viewers as mothers. I myself am a mom of 2 kids and very inquisitive about kids. When they are born, they have beautiful teeth structure, everything. But when the milk tooth and the milk teeth are broken, they come in all directions. So what are your take and what are your takes on this, or some suggestions that you want to give to the mothers?
One is, when the moms see the big teeth coming in and they're slightly yellower than the milk teeth, they freak out.
Right.
So, that is definitely something which is normal. Permanent teeth are larger in size than milk teeth, so they will look a little odd when you have mixed dentition. And why they're malaligned is because the jaws of your kids are still growing.
Yes.
So they will go back in their place, and if they don't, there's obviously ortho. One can go to an orthodontist and fix it, but nothing to really worry about. They will be malaligned initially.
All right. What impact does thumb sucking has on the kids?
So thumb sucking is a very normal habit, but it's pretty bad for the teeth. What it does is it creates a roof, in the palate of your mouth, and it also makes the upper jaw narrower. So you see more crowding of teeth with kids who are sucking their thumbs. So one must stop this habit.
Can you share some tips about dental hygiene for the kids?
Of course. So, the first time that people always ask me this question, that's why I'm going to answer it in this, that what's the first time that one should visit a dentist? It would be 12 months or 6 months after you see the first tooth come out. Yes.
All right.
And so you have to start your dental journey then. And once you have a few permanent teeth, there's preventive dentistry that you can follow, right? It's basically sealants for the molars. It just covers the occlusal part of the tooth, the permanent teeth, so it prevents cavities, and fluoride treatments, and just regular cleaning.
Preventive dentistry को थोड़ा सा simple करके बताना तान्या.
Preventive, that you're preventing things from happening. You're preventing cavities.
Got it.
Kids in general are not as careful as adults. So for them, when you put the sealant, it is a very it's a 10-minute procedure. It does not harm the tooth structure at all. You're basically just putting a covering on it that prevents the cavities from happening, or the decay from taking
And that
place.
can start at the age of like 5, 6.
So around 6, 7, your permanent molar comes in.
Right.
That's the time too.
All right. Thank you for that.
Another thing is fluoride treatments, right? That's a part of preventive dentistry, which is fluoride is a mineral which helps remineralize the tooth structure.
All right.
So it basically makes the enamel stronger in layman terms, and it's very, very good.
All right. Since we were talking about children, how can we make dental hygiene fun for them?
I think by just giving them toothbrushes that they, with fun characters, you get them all over the place now. Just make it colorful, get them toothpaste with some character on it, and it should have fluoride, which is a must, which obviously they don't need to know. And have like a time set for this, right? Like put on music and put a 2-minute timer. So brushing for 2 minutes is very important.
All right.
And we can just put timers and brush with them, teach them how to brush, and reward them. I feel kids love getting rewarded. So if they've continuously brushed at night for like a week or two, if the parents start rewarding them for these small things, it becomes a habit.
Coming back to the myths. Removing wisdom tooth affects eyesight and causes memory loss.
No, there is no relation.
But that's a myth, really.
Definitely, it's a myth.
All right. Several appointments are needed for a root canal.
Not anymore. I would say in most cases. I can't define all, but no. Maybe 2 sittings for most cases.
Oh, interesting. Implants are expensive. I'm coming back to this again and again, but this is one thing attached to the dentist.
They're not as expensive. Their function is way, I feel, better.
And I think you get a variety and a range that you can choose from.
Yeah, there's a whole range one can choose from, and the cheaper ones are also good. But I do not want to talk about the companies here.
Agree.
But yeah,
that's okay. Teeth whitening causes enamel wearing.
No, that's a myth. If done properly with the right professional and the right material, it cannot harm.
I have one question to ask. Like Lensar had taken up this market of eyewear being so affordable and accessible, I am seeing a lot of ads about this teeth whitening also, and wearing those braces. They'll come to your house and they'll check it. They'll do the whitening part. They'll even give you those silicone braces. Do you think that this is correct and people can opt for it?
So I feel some procedures are. In fact, implants also happening at home.
But really?
Yes, I just recommend a few procedures outside the dental office or outside an environment which is not a clinic.
All right. Yeah. All right. You cannot straighten your teeth without braces. This is another myth.
Yes, it's a myth. So
that's a myth.
There's something called aligners. So they're clear, flexible. They look like retainers, and one doesn't have to wear the metal braces or even the ceramic braces, and they work as well.
Oh, nice. So Tania, you have a wellness clinic, as we spoke about in the introduction, Udana Wellness in New Delhi. You have super specialty people sitting there. So I'm sure you must be knowing about certain things about laser treatments. There are a few myths around that also, which I want you to clear if you're okay with that.
Why not?
Laser hair reduction is one size fits all.
No, that's a myth. It's customized as per each person and the skin type.
All right. Okay. So even the machineries are different?
Yes.
All right.
The different machines, and some are, for harder and stronger hair. So it's a full variety. I feel one needs to go to a specialist. They need to check your skin type also and what's going to suit you.
Oh, wow. Okay. The other one is my skin would become loose after my Botox is gone in 8 to 10 months.
No, the skin doesn't become loose. The thing is, you're so used to seeing yourself with Botox or a filler that you feel that something is hollow or missing, but they cannot make this.
So that's your original skin that comes back.
Yes,
All right. Okay, that's why the fillers are needed.
Yes.
Okay. Under eye circles, the under eye dark circles will go away with facials or PRP.
So they cannot go away, but they can definitely be reduced a little bit. Yes.
Okay. So another one is when you go for the dental cleaning, people think that their tooth structure is going to get loose, teeth will fall down because there is a lot of gap that comes in.
Yes. You cannot, with an ultrasonic device, which is used for dental cleaning or scaling as we call it, we cannot remove tooth structure and also loosen the teeth. So it's definitely a myth, and it's a very common myth that everybody talks about.
Tania, tell me, how do these celebrities get that perfect smile? Is there some special technology that you use in the modern science?
So there's a lot of technology that we use nowadays, and it's their perfect smiles most of the time are based on many treatments. from aligning the teeth perfectly to whitening them to also sometimes they have dental veneers. Do you know about dental veneers?
No.
Okay, so this is they're wafer thin tooth colored porcelain structures that are customized and made as per the size of your teeth, and they are fixed on the front side of one's tooth.
Wow.
So and they're beautiful, they're all lab made, and using AI technology and the right color, you can actually get the perfect smile, your color. People also come in to me showing me celebrity smiles that they want to replicate, and
Really?
yeah.
But that should match their denture, right?
Yes,
The structure of their jaw.
So
How do you set that?
I mean, we've studied
That's an
that,
art.
right? That's an art, and we've studied
Dentists
that.
as artists, huh?
Yes, I definitely think it's an art. That's why I
Yeah,
love
definitely
it.
it is an art, the way you're talking.
Yeah, not one can fit all, right?
Yes.
Actually sit and take hours to customize these veneers for people.
Wow.
What's the right size? What's the right color? And there's so many things that go into it before even sending it to the lab. And then, yeah, there's so much back work that goes into these before it's actually given to the patient.
So Tania, you mentioned about that you studied in LA. You were very young when you went to LA, and I think for dentistry also after that you went and stayed in US. There, it's a very common thing to go to a dentist and go for regular hygiene checkups. In India, it's very funny that unless you have a very bad toothache or somebody you can't just speak, or your tooth is right in your hand, you just don't want to go to the dentist. People are so scared. Do you think that there is a lot of difference in culture of maintaining the dental health?
Yes, there is a lot of difference. So I worked in the US for many years also. So since the 9th grade, I knew I wanted to be a dentist and just wear that white coat. So I was in LA, and we got this opportunity in high school through this regional occupational course, and I studied to become a dental assistant at that point, and just to be in a dental office. So I worked when I was in high school also, and there was such a large difference there. People would just walk in with their 6 monthly appointments just for a cleaning and a checkup. They would get their kids from the age of 1, and they were so particular about everything.
Wow.
One thing, because insurance in America doesn't cover dentistry, so yes, there is a catch to that.
There is a catch there.
But, there was more awareness.
Yes.
And when I started working here, I realized that, people just walk in the last minute when they just can't bear the pain. Believe me, they come in after even a course of antibiotics and painkillers.
Ouch.
जब बिल्कुल नहीं रुक रहे, then they are like, okay, nothing can happen. We can't sort this out. We have to walk into a dental clinic. So there's a lot of difference, and that's why I'm promoting preventive dentistry in India.
That's the reason that preventive dentistry is
one
important.
reason, because I want to make people aware that there's so many things you can do to avoid that.
Correct.
Right? And dentistry is related to a lot of systemic health diseases. The bacteria from the mouth can go to any organs.
Try.
So one has to be very careful and maintain the oral hygiene.
Absolutely. Since we are talking a lot about that, we use these cleansers, mouth cleansers, and people think that once we are using it, you can get away with using a brush. So is that true, or we have to use a brush?
So nothing can substitute a toothbrush and dental floss.
All right.
And there are a lot of these mouthwashes, and they're very, very strong also. And people do not know that you have to dilute most of them. You have to take 1/3 of the mouthwash and add water to it, and then use it, because they're so strong that they can actually affect your taste buds.
Oh,
yes. And there is no substitute for a toothbrush and a soft bristle toothbrush.
Yeah, that was my next question. Which type of toothbrush? There are varieties, like you have hard, super hard, medium, soft, and you're saying hard brushing is not good.
It's not good.
So which type of brush and how one should select?
People come and they're like ghissoing their teeth. I'm like, you're not supposed to ghisso your teeth. You're supposed to clean them. Right. So just a soft bristle toothbrush, and Any toothpaste would, and one must change their toothpaste every time the tube is over.
Right.
That is a must.
Right.
And any brand, but just keep changing it.
Tania, how can one prevent from bad breath?
So there are a lot of ways. The simplest one is to maintain a good oral hygiene, to brush and floss regularly. And one thing people don't include is cleaning their tongue. I think that's very important because there's a lot of bacteria on one's tongue. And to have a very good diet, to take a lot of water, to avoid things like smoking and tobacco use. And sometimes bad breath is caused due to a systemic disease,
Right.
like a kidney or a liver problem. So getting regular medical checkups, and of course dental checkups regularly.
All right. Now, as a mom, and for myself also, I have to ask you. We always say, "Meetha mat khao, cavities ho jayenge" to the kids. So, what are the other food items that can also create cavities?
Mostly it's the sugar and the oral hygiene. Things like biscuits and cakes, they stick to one's teeth for a long time.
Right.
Anything like this that sticks to the teeth is very harmful for the teeth. And those sticky, toffees and the candies, all available with all that color in the market, is very harmful for teeth. And so are sodas, aerated drinks, or
One should
those
avoid all of them.
sugar-rated. Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. Now, in the market, there are a lot of things available like charcoal toothpaste with salt, teeth whitening. It's very difficult to choose from the rack. किसी को कैसे पता चले कि this is the toothpaste that I should use?
So, most charcoal toothpaste, don't have fluoride, which is very important for the teeth. So one must use a toothpaste which has fluoride because it helps to remineralize the teeth. Basically, हमारे enamel को strong करता है ये fluoride. So one must pick up toothpaste which have fluoride.
Now we have another section which is spill the beans section,
sure.
wherein you have to talk about yourself and things that probably have not spoken before.
Oh wow!
Let's see some grilling around.
I need a sip of water for that.
Why not? So the first question: your latest book read?
So it's called Biomimetic Dentistry by Pascal Magnet. He's my mentor.
Oh, nice. One regional language you know?
Sanskrit when I was in school.
All right.
Yeah, but otherwise, nothing else. Hindi and English.
All right. How would you prefer to spend a free evening?
With my kids. I think that's the best part of my day.
Oh, nice.
Just me and them in a park or just playing a nice sport together.
Great. One characteristic that you love about yourself?
My passion. I think that's my drive in life.
And one that you would like to change in you?
One I would like to change is maybe sleep a little less.
Okay, your favorite destination in India?
In India, I love Goa. So I love the beach, I love the water, and I feel Goa is second home.
All right. Since you said you're a foodie, your favorite cuisine, I have to ask that.
Thai. I love Thai food.
All right. Okay, it has all that tanginess and the spice and the right mix of everything.
Yeah, I think it's perfect.
Oh, nice. Your favorite sport?
Earlier basketball, but now I just love golf. I'm not good at it, but I love golf at the moment.
Nice. Any favorite quote of inspiration that you remember?
My granddad used to tell me, "Akhna nahi, jhakna nahi, thakna nahi," which means that you shouldn't have any ego, you should never get tired, and you should never forego your dreams.
Very nice.
Yes.
What does "because she can" means to you, Tania?
Oh my God, it means a lot actually. The last year, I think I've also lived because she can.
Right.
And I feel it's such a strong message, to all the women that, because you can, because all the women can. So I feel it's a lovely quote, and I feel it means a lot. It means power. It means giving that power to somebody else also, empowering.
Lovely. Thank you so much. And thank you for your time today.
Of
We had a
course.
lot of tips and a lot of takeaways for our audience.